Welcome. This guide covers the head attack build called Dread Roar. If you want to check out the free positional transformation build, check out mmorpg's channel when it's out. Let me cover her characteristics. Her body shape is same as Assassin. Her party synergy is 6% damage increase. Her HP coefficient is 2.2 and armor 110%. She has good destruction and high stagger. Dread Roar is head attack build. She has really high uptime of push immunity, shield, and damage reduction. She's also swifty compared to other head attackers. She does not have mana. Instead, she has Amber cost. Also, she has green identity meter in the center. Whenever you use the green skills, then it restores a certain amount of Amber cost and also increases a little bit amount of the green identity meter. The amount of Amber recovery differs from each green skill. On the other hand, red skill consumes all the Amber and fills the identity meter by a lot. The more Amber you consume, the more gauge it fills up. Also, the red skill damage increases based on how much Amber you consume. When you have at least half of identity gauge, then you can press Z to enter Transcendence state. Z does decent damage and applies party synergy. If you have tier 4 Enlightenment, then it allows you to enhance the next 2 green skills if you use them in 5 seconds. These certain green skills are her main or sub DPS skills. It shows by the glow which skills can be enhanced. There's also X, which works like Sura Breaker. If you press X, you get shield, damage reduction, and push immunity for 5 seconds. It has 1 minute cooldown, and it can be stacked up to 2 times. The crazy part is, when you press Z, then you get this 5-second X buff for free. Since the identity gauge is easy to build, Z has high uptime, and therefore X also has high uptime as well. So most of the time, you're just chasing the boss's front and pretty much tanking everything. X can be used separately in urgent cases. So for example, you activate Z, then you have X for 5 seconds automatically, and when it runs off, then you can press X to get another 5 seconds of push immunity. In summary, you gather the Amber by using non-DPS green skills. And then use a red skill when the Amber is full to get a lot of identity meter. When the meter reaches at least half, then activate Z, and then use your strongest main DPS skills. That's her playstyle. Largely, there are 2 builds. Supercharge build, which is close to burst style, and non-charge build, which is close to uptime style. There are a lot of builds branch from these 2 builds. Among them, I brought relatively easier build. Let me cover the Uptime build first. This is the build that you will most likely go for before getting Arc Grid. You can also use it with the Arc Grid. This is how the engraving looks like. If you have a Relic Barricade, Stabilized Status, or Curse Stall, then you can replace the non-relic Raid Captain or Keen Blunt weapon. Arc Passive. Even though it's in Korean, you can just simply follow the image. This kind of evolution setting will put your crit rate at 90% plus minus, depending on how many Relic Adrenaline books you have. In order to utilize the Sonic Breakthrough, you only need at least 1580 swiftness, since she gets 15% attack speed in Z state. This is with the 5% attack speed movement speed from the Feast, and 9% from the supporter's Arc passive. Since Dread Roar's skill have high cooldown, she also benefits a lot from cooldown reduction by having high swiftness. Therefore, there's no reason to give up Sonic Breakthrough. When compared to Standing Strike, which increases 21% evolution damage, Sonic Breakthrough can provide up to 24% when you get more attack speed, movement speed, like from additional Swift stats, Bracelet, or from supporter's attack power and identity buff. In my case, this is how the stat distribution looks like. This is the formula for Sonic Breakthrough. TLDR for Dread Roar. Sonic Breakthrough is better than Standing Strike if you have at least 1580 swiftness. Skills. Tripods are displayed with numbers. Due to the display bug on showing gems, I put the text by myself. For the awakening, you can use the first one, which increases all the amount of the identity meter with certain amount of damage. Or you can use the second awakening, which does not increase the identity meter, but it does more damage. Arc Grid. This Uptime build runs 3-3-3. They increase the damage of main and sub DPS skills. Rotation. As I said before, Z enhances the next 2 green skill damage for 5 seconds. Z itself also does decent damage and it's a head attack. So you must use all the skills including the Z on the head side. At the start, you have full amber, so use a rest skill to fill up the identity meter. Then build the amber by using Q and W. Then use the rest skill again. When it's half, then activate Z, use the 2 strongest skill, T and the D. Gather the amber to full, then use rest skill, half meter, press Z and use the next strongest skill which is S and R. That's one rotation. You can also start the rotation by using Awakening to fill up the identity meter. This time, Supercharge build. This build is viable only if you have related Arc Grid. Engraving. Supercharge instead of Keen Blunt Weapon. Same as before, you can replace Raid Captain with Curse Stall, Stabilize Status, or Barricade. Arc Passive. Almost same as the previous build. One difference is, you use the other leap node on T skill, which turns it into charging skill. This also have around 90% crit rate. You can run Sonic Breakthrough with at least 1580 swiftness. Skills. The Supercharge build has 4 charging skills including the T skill. Other skills pretty much do no damage. So compared to the previous Uptime build, you drop this one sub DPS skill and put a utility skill. You can also just stick to this sub DPS skill instead with the same tripods. Arc Grid. This burst build runs 1, 1, 1. It decreases the damage of all the green skills by a lot, but overcompensates the damage only for the charging skills, which is why other sub DPS skills don't do much damage. Rotation. Unlike the previous Uptime build, W and E is a very strong charging DPS skill. At the start, you have full amber, so use this red parry skill, A, to fill up identity meter. Then build the amber by using the utility skills Q, S, F, and F again. Then use the parry again, get half meter, activate Z, use the 2 strongest skill, T, charge, and D, charge. And then charge the rest skill at full amber, and then half meter, so press Z. And the next strongest skill, charge W, and then R. That's one rotation. At the moment, I'm playing this Supercharge build, so let me wrap up the video by showing the gameplay footage of Supercharge Dread Roar. Thank you so much for watching this guide, and if you liked it, please hit the like and follow. Stay GigaChed. Spam noted.
정체를 갖추고 있습니다. 허상에 속지 말고 본체에 집중하십시오.